Okay, so today we're going to take a look a little bit more at understanding how to create these box plots and how to read them in order to describe the data. So our first question here is regarding the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court is the highest court of law in the United States, and it makes decisions that affect the whole country. The Chief Justice is appointed to the court and is a justice for his or her life unless he or she resigns or becomes ill. Some people think that this means that the Chief Justice serves for a very long time. So the first Chief Justice was appointed in 1789. The table below shows the years in office for each of the Chief Justices of the Supreme Court as of 2013. So if we look at our first question here is which Chief Justice served the longest term and which Chief Justice served the shorter term? How many years did each of these Chief Justices serve? So we look at the length of their service and we can see that clearly the longest term is John Marshall, with the shortest term being John Rutledge. Okay? So John Marshall served for 34 years. Okay, so that means he served from 1801, when he was first appointed, through 1835. Okay. And then John Rutledge served for 1 year, okay, which was just 1795. Okay. All right. So then we flip it over. We take a look at question B. Question B states, what is the minimum number of years, the median number of years these Chief Justices have served on the Supreme Court? Explain how you found the median and what it means in terms of the data. So what you're going to do is you're going to take those lengths of services and please put them in order from smallest to largest. Okay, pause the video right now while you do that. So after you've ordered them from smallest to largest, it should look like this. Okay, so what we need to do is now find the median. So we count how many justices we have. So 1, 2, 3. So we have 17 Chief Justices listed. So we can think 17 divided by 2 is 8.5. Okay. So judge number 9 is going to be our median, which gives us a median of 11. So after we put it in order, the median is 11 years. Now, next what we're going to do is we're going to make a box plot of the years that the Chief Justices served, describing the shape of the distribution and how the median and IQR relate to the box plot. So in this case, what we need is, now that we have the median, we need to figure out what the lower quartile and the upper quartile would be. So looking at, again, our list of data points, we look at our lower quartile, okay, and we see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 data pieces, which means our median of our lower set, in this case Q1, is going to be between 6 and 7. Okay, so Q1 is going to be 6.5, right? And then we find the upper quartile, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So Q3 is going to be between 17 and 19, so Q3 is going to be 18. So then we create our box plot. Now I need to go from 1 to 34. Okay. Right away I see I'm not going to have enough room to do counting by 1. So I'm going to have to look again on my data and think about what will be a better number to count by. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to count by 2s. I'm going to try 2s. This way I say I have enough room now to stick counting by 2's. So again, in order to create our box plot, we have to go to Q1 and Q3 first. So we said Q1 is going to be at 6.5. Q3 is at 18. So now we create our box. And we said up here that our median was 11. So I'm going to draw a line at 11 to show our median. Okay. Then we fill out the two sides. Our lowest is at 1. Our minimum is at 1, so that means our maximum is up at 34. So there's our box plot. So now we look at our question, describe the shape of the distribution and how the median and IQR relate to the box plot. So the IQR is 18 minus 6.5, so our IQR is going to be 12.5. So about half of the Chief Justices had terms in that center interval. Okay, so then what we take a look at is our overall range we see is 1 to 34. Okay, and we see that we have that skewed right line off on the right side going off to our maximum. And noticing that we have a smaller line here and a smaller part of the box here, that tells us that we have more Chief Justices serving on this lower end. So we've got a smaller cluster, we have less variability in this part of our dot plot. Okay, so question D says, is the median halfway between the least and the most number of years? Why or why not? So we said that our minimum was at 1. Our maximum was up here at 34. Okay, so halfway between that 1 and 34, okay, so we have a distance of 33. 33 divided by 2 gets us 16.5. So the center point of our median, of our minimum and maximum is going to be 16.5, but we showed up here that that's not what the median is. Okay, so the median is not halfway. Between the minimum and the maximum. Because the median is 11, not 16.5.